Thank you. As you can see, my topic is comparative analysis of the Hungarian and the US physical education and the peer teacher training programs. Originally, I am a history teacher, but I was a former basketball player, so sport history is a really good combination for me. So as you can see, I visited two colleges. I tried to follow the Springfield color. That's why maybe a little bit dark. But that was my aim. So to follow the Springfield has a white and this dark red color. So my project had these four principal aims: to study the formation, the development, and influence the Young Men's Christian Association in the United States; to explore the work of Ferenc Hepp at Springfield College; to study the history of the early sporting practices of women in general in the US, that was at Smith College, and the early history of women's basketball in particular. So first about the Springfield College. The first picture is Dr. Luther Hersley Gulick. He was originally a medical doctor. In the early physical education history, the medical doctors had really a big role. So he was born in Hawaii, and then from Hawaii, from Honolulu, he went first to Iowa and then to Springfield. And in this year, 1887, he became a director of the physical education program in Springfield. So the YMCA was also developed in Springfield. The Springfield College was the center of the YMCA in the US. Maybe some word about the YMCA. So the YMCA was founded in London, in England, in 1844, in response to unhealthy social conditions arising in the big cities at the end of the Industrial Revolution. In the US, the YMCA organized college students for social action, literally invented the games of basketball and volleyball, and served the special needs, it was interesting for me, the railroad men who had no place to stay when the train reached the end of the line. So by the 1890s, the fourfold purpose was transformed into the triangle of spirit, mind, and body. See here, the triangle, spirit, mind, and body. It's interesting because my university, the former TF, had maybe the similar motto, Szellemet, Erkölcsöt, Erőt egyesíts. So that was, but it was in 1925 when the TF was established. We had so the other big interesting persons in the Springfield College was James Naismith, the inventor of the basketball, and the other picture we can see with his wife, the first basket. So you can see that was the peach basket, originally the peach basket, and then they changed a little bit later. So James Naismith was born near Almonte, Ontario in Canada, and attended the McGill University in Montreal, Quebec. After serving McGill's athletic director, James Naismith moved to work at the YMCA training school in Springfield, Massachusetts in 1891. The game of basketball was inspired by a children's game James Smith called Duck on a Rock, in which players throw a small rock at the duck placed on the top of a large rock in an attempt to knock the duck off. By Springfield, James Naismith invented basketball as a sport to play indoors during the cold, you can see this, Massachusetts winters. The first game of basketball was played with a soccer ball and two peach baskets used as balls. After changing the peach baskets for open hoop nets, James Naismith soon wrote 13 official rules for the game. That was the first basketball rule book, and he improved more and more because he said first time the basketball was really cruel, really brutal. It was 9 versus 9 without dribble, and it was really brutal. So in the next year he changed the rules, and then came 5 versus 5. So this is for the college archive. So the other person, because I went to Springfield, his name is Ferenc Hepp. He, as you can see, the 100 years anniversary of his birth will be next year. So our university will organize a special seminar about his life. And then he, with the YMCA scholarship, he went to Springfield. in 1933 and 35, he had a Springfield diploma, so he was our diplomat in Springfield. He studied, of course, basketball, but he was also a sports psychologist. He had a PhD in psychology after his Springfield studies in Iowa, and then he came back to Hungary and became a president of our university between 1947 and 51. But it wasn't a good advantage for him having this Springfield experience, so he had to move to university. 51, so that's why he changed his life, and then he tried to do with the so-called non-politician things with the basketball, and he became the president of the Basketball Federation, and then he was the most important sport diplomat in the international basketball life. He had a really important role in the Munich Olympic Games. Maybe some people remember that it was a big scandal in Munich between Russia, between Soviet Union and the United States. And it was an extended time, and in 3 minutes, 3 seconds, and at the end the Soviets won, and he was in the jury also. So he had a really sensitive positions. So this, you can see this picture is in Springfield in the gym hall, and this is in the. This was my workplace, the Springfield College, the library outside, inside, and this is a typical gym hall. That was the same building also in Smith College, the typical gym hall in the end of the 19th century. So this is the Basketball Hall of Fame in Springfield. The photo from Ferenc Hepp is in this Basketball Hall of Fame. It's a new, you can say, sport museum in Springfield. The first Basketball Hall of Fame was in the college, in Springfield College. Then they built a new one, and this is the newest one, was opened in 2003. This is the entrance, and you can see upstairs there is the people. Ferenc Hepp, the only one Hungarian who is in this Basketball Hall of Fame. In the middle level is the history of the basketball. It's an exhibition about the history of the basketball, and on the basement you can play basketball, so there are also matches in the Hall of Fame, and you can see that the different form. So that was about Springfield, and to further complete my research, I did research in the Smith College, one of the foremost women's colleges in the US, and one of the most influential in the development of women's sport in the late 19th and early 20th century. It is also the place where women's basketball began in the late 19th century. So this woman, Sophia Smith, she founded the Smith College. Her will was in 1870, and the college chartered in 1871 and opened in 1875. And it's a really rich college. It's completely other than the Springfield College. I could see the different, so the Springfield College is like my university, so the circumstances maybe were similar, but Smith College was completely other. You can see also the farm. She is Sandra Berenzon. She was like Luther Gulick, the physical director in the Smith College. So she was born in Lithuania. She was 7 years old when she went to Boston. She studied in the Boston Normal School for Gymnastics, and then she was not a healthy person. She thought that maybe with physical education can improve the physical conditions, and so she went in 1895 to Smith, and then she became a most famous physical director in Smith. She left Smith in 1911. So, as you can see.